Welcome on into the podcast, everyone. I am the assassin of the slaved ass, Almanac Jack. And over here to my front is my esteemed co-host, Silent C, with a violent hiss, Chris, the Executioner.
What's going on, Sal? And what's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of
Good Times.
That's right. This is the Good Times Podcast, the only podcast you can shit on other genders and get away with it.
You're goddamn right. And boy, do we got a jam-packed shitload for all those genders today.
You like how we switched it up on y'all and wanted to switch it up? Because now I don't know where to go from here.
Yeah, I'm so confused
I'm
now.
so confused. No. Okay, so I wanted to start off with this because I've been thinking about this since like yesterday. So, since yesterday. So, I was at Alicia's house, okay, at her parents' house, and we're there with the parents and stuff like that. Her mom got this an ornament of a taco. Okay. And her mom goes, "Hey babe," talking to the dad, and she goes, "Hey babe, you want to see my taco?"
Fuck.
Her dad goes, "Yeah, let's go to the other room." Right? And we're dying. She goes, "Ew, no, that's gross. You're disgusting." She's like, "Why are you thinking about the Whisker biscuit?"
Whisker biscuit? What the fuck?
That is by far the grossest fucking thing I've ever heard in my life.
I've never heard whisker biscuit
A
before.
Whisker biscuit.
Jesus.
I just wanted to throw myself off a bridge right there and
I
then.
bet Alicia did too.
Dude, I was like, again, I've heard so many different ways,
Yeah.
but Whisker biscuit.
Whisker biscuit.
It just sounds absolutely disgusting. If you just throw
That's
up
gotta
your
be a
food.
t-shirt now.
Whisker biscuit.
Whisker biscuit.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. Just get a KFC biscuit and throw some whiskers on that bitch.
With like a little bean. That way
With
everybody
like
knows.
a lip on there.
Yeah. What do you call it? A labia and a flabia.
Oh, dude. Well, speaking of labias and flabias and parents,
Yes. Oh, wait.
I have to ask you though. I have to ask you this. Have you ever heard your parents
Yes.
having sex?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I knew where you were going with this. Yes. One time.
I feel like we've talked about this in the very, very past, but what is your experience?
This was when I was young, dude.
Young.
Because when we lived at
Young.
our very first house, I shared a room with them.
Oh, okay.
I was, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 years old. And yeah, I just remember one time like waking up because I think like somebody either went to the bathroom or something like that. I heard a noise.
Sure.
And I woke up and then like it took a while to go back
Oh,
to
you
sleep.
heard a noise, all right.
Well, hang on. I heard a
Oh,
noise
sorry.
that woke me up. And then I was trying to go back to sleep. And then I heard a noise. And I was like, oh, God. Thankfully, like I didn't really know like what the fuck was going on.
Oh, okay.
But-
How young were you?
Like I said, 4 or 5.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. So like, I mean, this was like, middle of the night too, fucking 12, 1 o'clock or whatever the fuck too.
Yeah.
So I was just like, oh fuck, what the fuck? And me being a little kid, I was just like, whatever, just roll over and went to sleep, whatever. But I was just like, Now
Wait, did you know at the time what was happening?
I think I had like an idea of what was going on, but like,
oh, the wrestling.
but being that young, like it's just kind of like I don't think I really knew what was going on.
So then, when did you really finally realize it? Was it like later on, like when you
Probably,
just kind of
like-
thought about it and you're imagine you're just sitting there. No, sorry, it's like the middle of the night and you're just laying there just thinking about things, and then you start thinking about it. Oh yeah, remember that one time I heard my mom and dad. Oh God!
Oh, they were fucking. No, I think maybe like I don't know if this is true or not, but it'd be funny. Like I heard a noise similar to it, and just be like, "Wait a minute, that sounded just like."
No way, dude. That'd be awesome though. But either way, dude.
What about you?
Yeah.
Oh,
So I want to say I was like 10 or 11. I want to say I was like around the 10 or 11 range. And my room was kind of next to my parents' room. And, I would go to sleep and all that good stuff, whatever. I'd sleep through the night, wouldn't hear shit.
Yeah.
And then one night, I just happened to hear something. Actually, it was in the morning. It was a Sunday morning. And I'm like, damn, it must have been a really good Sunday morning. 'Cause I like kind of come out, like kind of hear something. I'm like, what the fuck is that? Like, and I hear like, here's some nasty stuff going on.
Oh, yeah.
And I kind of walk out my room and I'm like, oh man, oh no way.
You smelled
like,
it?
are they? I woke up. That's not bacon.
Yeah. Smells like burnt hair in here.
So, but here's the thing that made it worse. And I don't know if you've did this too. But then, not only did I hear it, I started to picture it in my head.
Oh, wait, how old were you?
I was like 10 or 11.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So old enough to get like a kind of idea.
Yeah, I think at that point, I've already seen some type of porn of some sort.
Mm-hmm.
But then I started picturing it.
Oh.
And that just made it 100 times worse.
Oh, thankfully, I've never pictured it.
And here's the thing, man. I've had that image in my head ever since. It's been 20 years, dude. And I've had that fucking image in my head.
That's terrible.
And I can't get it out. I don't know what I'm going to do. I need to get it the fuck out.
You need to get like a lumbotomy or some shit like that.
Oh, God, dude.
Get this out of my head now.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man.
Fuck, dude.
That's horrible, man.
Yeah, I remember somebody saying like that's like the worst experience for like a kid because you hold your parents in such like high esteem,
right?
And then all of a sudden, like, you know, what are they doing? Wait a minute, they're not wrestling, they're fucking.
They're fucking real good.
Yeah, so like that's like something like brings down, I don't know what it is like about your parents, like to you, like that brings them down a notch.
Oh
or
yeah,
like
dude, absolutely.
Humanizes them or something like that.
Yeah, that's true. Because then you look at them differently. You're like this. You were making those noises.
Yeah, for real. Because then you think back at it too, you're all like, oh, that's what they did to make me.
Well, here's the real question, though, that I have to ask. Did you hear them both? Or did you just hear one?
Now, here's the weird part. I don't know who was making the noise.
No!
I don't know who was making the noise. I just heard a noise, and I don't know if it was my mom or my dad. Watch, it's my dad. Oh, fuck!
No! You hear, oh, fuck. He cracks open
just opens a beer midway. He's got to recharge.
And you're like laying there like this. All right. That makes sense.
Hey, but I'll tell you this, though. My dad has no filter when it comes to that shit. Like, when he tells, like, stories of, like, old times, like, you know, with my mom and dad.
Oh,
yeah, dude. Like,
awesome.
there was this one time my brother and I were over there for something. And all of a sudden, this guy starts going off on a story because we were talking about, like, going down Golden State. And, you know, there used to be all those hotels and shit like that over there. Like,
going
towards the park.
Motels, yeah.
Yeah, and apparently there used to be, like, a really fancy bar there, too.
Okay.
And so he was like, yeah, you know, me and my friends or whatever, like, at the park, you know, on our lunch or whatever after work, we'd go over to the bar and we'd hang out, whatever.
Yeah.
So apparently, I guess there was this one time where he was with my mom because my mom worked at the park too. She worked in the zoo at the concession stand.
Oh, okay.
So
is that how they met?
I think so. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh,
so
shit.
they were, I guess they were hanging out at the bar or whatever, and then he's like, "Yeah, and that one hotel, yeah, that's where I had her." And we're just like, and my brother, it didn't sink in. He's like, because my dad continued the story.
Oh my!
He's just like, what are you fucking talking about? Had her, and my dad just like, I screwed her. And then my brother's just like, oh God.
Dude, but that's funny that you mentioned that because he doesn't really have a filter. Because there was a point where he was talking about what was he talking about? Because they live by the tracks. And he was like, "Oh yeah," and I was just walking down the tracks one day, and you know, I saw this lady in there. She's just playing with herself, and you could tell she was all fucked up.
Yeah.
And then your mom's all, "But did you join her?" No, I wasn't gonna touch that. Oh, I should have probably, or something like that. I'm like, oh,
he has
God.
so many stories from working at the park of seeing like bums fucking each other, like, you know, on the grass or whatever. This one time he walked in on like these dudes like butt fucking each other inside the bathroom.
Oh,
yeah,
Jesus.
dude. He's seen so much shit. Like,
well, wasn't Roding? It was Roding, right?
Roding Park, yeah.
Yeah. So wasn't Roding Park like the park that like was notorious for that? Like they got shut down for a while? Or no. Maybe
it never got shut down. I think just like
there was a bathroom at a park. I'm kind of wondering if it was maybe Einstein. or somewhere. There's somewhere in Fresno where there was like so much gay activity going on in those bathrooms.
Like glory holes or something?
Something like that they had to like just shut it down completely.
Wow.
Because I guess there was like an undercover cop that went in one day that was like trying to check it all out. He's probably just getting his dick sucked every day. You know,
he's like,
I
oh,
have
hey,
to check it
I'm
out.
just, I have to
I
investigate.
had to investigate. But apparently what he said was that he walked in to take a piss and he was at the urinal. Some guy walked in next to him and just like looked over and just grabbed his dick. And I was
What
like,
the
what? Like, oh, hell no, dude.
Damn.
Like, yeah, so
Hey,
I don't know.
Here's a question for you. Say you're 25 years old.
Okay.
How much would it take you to go into a glory hole?
Oh, no.
Like, just stick your dick in, and whatever happens, happens.
Oh, I don't know.
How much would
man.
it take for you to just do that?
Damn it, man. That's like selling your soul right there.
Because you have no idea what's on the other side of that thing. You're just gonna feel something.
Well, because here's the thing. Okay, there's the 50-50 chance that it's a guy or it's a girl.
Well, yeah, actually, I would say it's less than 50. I'd say it's like 80% dude.
Oh, dude. Okay, so then that's even worse. So it's 80% dude or 20% chick.
Yeah.
Now, here's the thing, though. If it is a chick, what is the ratio of that 20% that they're going to be good looking?
Yeah.
It has to be like maybe 3% chance that they're good looking.
But if you go to a glory hole, are you really concerned about what they look like, or are you just trying to bust a fat nut?
Man.
Because most of the time, you're just like, I don't know, like if they were on like Craigslist or whatever, or something like, oh, I need to meet up with a glory hole or something like that. I just need to get sucked off right now. Like these dudes are desperate for something, right?
Well, they probably would have went to Craig's.
Yeah.
Craigslist.
And then listed that they need a good suck. But, you have no idea what's on the other side. And on top of that, you have no idea if you're going to catch something.
That's true.
Not just a Pokemon, but I'm talking I'm talking about a herpemon.
I think I caught a cold. Yeah, I think you did catch a cold. It's a little bit more than a cold.
A little bit worse than a cold.
It's freezing out there. Well, so then to go back, then someone's going to be like, well, so what you're saying is you're a bigot and blah, blah. Listen, I just have to say this. You can be an architect and build 20 bridges, okay, and suck one dick, all right? But no matter what, you're always a cocksucker after that.
That's right. Yeah, all it takes is one.
You're always a cocksucker after that.
It always takes one.
So then that's the reason why I was bringing it down. So then 80%, 20%, then 3% that's going to be a good-looking chick. And then at that point, then you have to get in the rest of the percentage of you're going to catch something. Yeah. So it's like a very, 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 very low, like a 0.0099 chance that it's a good-looking chick without anything at all.
Yeah, and then I think with it being here in Fresno too, it jumps down to maybe like 1.5% of like somebody that's good looking.
God, man, and then
with the amount of like meth heads and shit like that around here, what's the under over on them even having teeth?
I hear that makes for a better one though.
Yeah,
that's just what I hear. I mean, no, just
yeah.
In terms of your question though. Dude, I don't know, man. I don't know if I could ever like take that risk, man. Like I'm kind of a risk taker, but at the same time, like shit, I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know, man. What about you? You got a money? Yeah,
I would not join a glory hole. I need to see who's doing what.
Yeah,
and I just need to see who's
someone's
doing
gonna be like, well, that takes away the whole mystery of a glory hole, and I'd be
no, it doesn't. Because if I know on the other side of that thing is fucking Lucy Lou or some shit like that. Even though I can't see them sucking me off, I know it's Lucy Lou sucking me off.
As long as it's Lucy Lou or Susie.
Susie? Who the fuck's Susie?
Remember that there's that spot, that XXX spot called Susie's.
Oh, that's right.
And apparently there's a glory hole there.
I heard that you can rent a room there.
What?
And you can meet up with somebody. Like you guys like pay like each for like the room or whatever for however long.
Wow.
And they play like pornos or whatever in there, and you guys can just do whatever you want to do.
Well, I can just do that here at my house for free, so that's
what I'm
good.
saying.
Like,
yeah,
you're
just I can just wait for my wife to come home and be like, play.
You're into shark porn?
Yeah, for real.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what you got to do. What you're watching.
Pornos used to have like cool music.
Oh yeah, dude.
Dun, 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 dun.
Well, dude, that's funny that you brought that up because remember how like a couple weeks ago we were talking about like ringtones and stuff like that, like the old ringtones and the ringback tone.
Yeah.
Well, I'm at the store the other day and I forgot about this ringtone that every old fucking person had for a while. Dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. I think it was like an old like, oh my gosh.
Because it reminds them of like the Little Richard days.
Yeah, it was the Little Richard one.
Yeah.
That's what it was. And I heard it and I go, oh shit, I forgot about that ringtone. Everybody and their fucking mom had that for a while. It was all the old people.
If you're over like 55 years old, they have that ringtone.
Yeah, exactly. And so I heard it, and that was the first time I had heard it in a long time. And I was like, oh fuck, I forgot about it.
Yeah.
That's another ringtone right
Old
there.
fucks.
Old fucks. Just shitting on them.
Them and their dun 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 dun. Yeah. Well, you know what? We are just a few days, because this is coming out on Monday.
Yeah.
Just a few days away from Christmas.
Chryslers.
Merry
Chrysler.
Merry Crisis.
Merry Christmas.
Have you done any Christmas shopping?
Yes, I have. So, here's the thing. A lot of people don't know I don't really celebrate holidays, or if you listen to this podcast, you probably know that I do. I'm not really much of a like holiday celebrator. My biggest thing is
What
is
are
that
you, an Adventist?
I'm advantageous. But
Of Advent?
but here's the thing is that I'm not really a big like celebrator of holidays. I kind of just believe that like we should celebrate people, especially giving gifts. We do it all the time. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm going to give gifts for Alicia, but I give her gifts all the fucking time, to be completely honest.
Your penis.
I just rub it in a bow.
Here you go.
Oh my God, I'm not sending this to her dad.
This is the one show he listens to.
Yeah, I know, right? But either way, so yeah, I definitely have been, and yeah, so definitely started already.
Yeah.
What about you?
I've gotten a few people already.
Okay.
I got Janet's taken care of already, which is good, because that's really the only one I care
That's
about.
the main one, yeah.
Yeah. But I thought we could talk about what are some presents that never disappoint. Let's help out the listeners over here, in case they forgot somebody.
So are these gender neutral presents?
Yeah, presents spelled with an X instead of an E.
Presents.
Yeah. So what do you think would be a present that nobody would be disappointed? Like, nobody would get this and just be like, "Oh, you got me this."
Cash.
Oh.
First and foremost, number one, cash.
Money talks.
Money talks.
That's right.
Like, not even like a gift card. Oh, a gift card to Target. I never even go there. Oh, a gift card.
How much cash though?
I mean,
is a 20 enough anymore?
I would be cool with the 20. Would you be cool with the 20?
Hey, it's free money.
Free money is free money.
I'm trying to make my money back off of these fucking prize picks, man.
Oh, man.
Fucking David.
Fucking David. I was about to say that. And fuck me today, too. Shit. Well, yeah, only fucking, what's his name? Jonathan Taylor fucked it up because he got hurt.
Yeah, well, I won $10, so I'm good.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Someone just scored.
Nice.
I know. We're watching the Bills versus the Dolphins right now.
Just scored.
Hopefully
No, but
a passing touchdown.
I don't know, man. Like, in this time of hate and pain, we need a melody for those who make it rain. Anyway, I don't know. I don't think $20 is that much anymore, because, you know, back in the day, like when we were, 10 years old, 12 years old, you give us $20, that's enough to go to the movies.
Yeah.
That's enough to buy a popcorn.
Mm-hmm.
That's enough to hang out afterwards.
Absolutely.
But now, $20, that's more than half of a movie ticket, because a movie ticket's like what? Like $14?
That's true.
Yeah, and then you buy a popcorn, which is like $7.
Fuck, man.
So you can't even get anything. You got to take your own snacks.
That's
You
true.
take a bologna sandwich in your pocket.
Mm-hmm. You got to bring in a purse and everything. Like,
Yeah, or pretend you're pregnant.
oh my gosh. Well, there was one time where I was walking into Maya to go watch a movie, and I had these chips in my pocket. Right, I literally hand the ticket over to the guy. I walk into the front, hand the ticket over to the guy. He's like, "Oh, just go to the right, 16 on the right." I'm like, "Oh, perfect, thank you." And I took one step and they fall out of my pocket, right?
Oh.
So I'm like, oh, fuck. So then I'm like, you know what? I'm just going to pretend like I don't see this guy. He doesn't see me, whatever. I go and I just pick it up, put it back in my pocket, and I keep walking. He's all, sir. And I just kept walking like I didn't hear him, and he didn't even bother me.
Just like the Walmart guys.
But just going back to it, like I was thinking that same thing. Is there like a minimum? Like if somebody were to like give you $1 or something like that, then if somebody were to give me anything under $5, anything under $5, I feel like that they were just kind of like shit talking. Like it was almost a shit talking gift. Like,
oh, okay.
You really need money, don't you? Here you go. Here's a couple dollars. Like,
yeah.
Here's $1. Like
$1.
If that was like my grandma that gave me $1 and she was like real senile, I guess I wouldn't be mad. Like,
yeah. Well, I mean, $1 was like $30 to her.
She's all, here's $1. You're rich now, bitch.
Yeah. Don't spend it all in one place. I fucking hate it when they would say that shit, dude. Check this out. My grandpa one time we were at Bobby Salazar's for I think somebody's birthday or whatever.
Bobby Lashley's? Oh.
Yeah, Bobby Lashley's. And all of a sudden, we're leaving. Somebody paid the tab already, and my grandma left $5 for a tip on the table.
Okay.
Well, my grandpa, because he's just fucking cool, he took the money back, and he would always take the money back. If my grandma put money on the table for a tip, he'd take that shit, put it in his pocket, and take it home.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, he was fucking cool. So anyway, he took this $5, and my grandma caught him doing it this time.
No way.
And she's like, if you're going to take it, at least give it to the boys. You know, me and my brother.
Yeah.
And so then my grandpa gives the $5 to my brother, and he's all, here, split this with your brother. I was like, $5? You're going to give us $2.50? What the fuck? You can't even buy shit for $2.50.
Yeah.
And this was like 1998, 1999.
Oh,
it's like, dude, even back then, $5 couldn't get you shit.
That's true. Well, I mean, because
$1.5 gallons of gas back then.
Maybe.
But we didn't drive.
Well, it was funny because I remember somebody telling me like, oh, it's not like the old days where you could just ask your homie for $5, like for $5. Like that's the reason why they said $5 on it. Like I got $5 on it was because like $5 was like nothing. Like
yeah, I was gonna say that's weird how like the only thing you could put $5 on anymore is weed.
Yeah. Well,
because
can you still do that?
Because you can still get a bag for like $10.
Really?
I
Nowadays?
would assume so. I would assume so.
I don't know. I don't know if you can get. I mean, I guess it depends on your hookup. Should we call somebody like that's a dealer? I know a few dealers out there.
Huh. This is a good one. We may or may not do this.
Now, I don't associate with any of these dealers. I hope you all know that.
Yeah.
I've never smoked in my life. I guess we'll go with that.
Actually, I think about it now. I could ask somebody. I could ask like 3 people right now.
Yeah.
But no.
Everyone's and they're all just casual, like not even like real like true like Scarface dealers, you know.
Yeah. You know, they just smoke their own stuff and then share blunts with each other and then get COVID or some shit.
Yeah.
You know, here's another present that never disappoints. If I got this, I'm never disappointed when I get this. Body wash sets.
Oh, yeah.
I'm never opposed to getting body wash because I'm going to run out of this shit like a month from now. And if I have another box of this stuff in my cabinet, I'm good.
And how long does that box usually last you?
Forever.
Yeah. Like legitimately forever.
Especially the ones that come with like the shampoo conditioner combo, the body wash, and then this last one that I got, I was supposed to go get presents for other people. I saw this Old Spice one, and it came with the body wash, the shampoo conditioner, but it also came with lotion. And I was like, fuck, this lotion's going to last me all year.
Oh, dude. And did it?
I barely got it.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah, but I mean, it's going to last me until next Christmas,
Absolutely, dude. Absolutely.
It's probably going to dry out before then.
But that's funny because in my, I was going to say in my pantry, the fuck? In my linen closet.
You have any lotion in your pantry?
Yeah, I got lotion. I got shampoo too, motherfucker. And some toilet paper.
Stuff, man.
I have a body wash from like 3 years ago. I haven't used it yet, but I'm like, dude.
What kind is it, you know?
Old Spice. Yeah, just some like an Old Spice one.
Yeah.
I don't really use Old Spice body wash too much anymore. I used to, but I like to use like the Herbalife stuff, like the Herbalife shampoo, conditioner.
I was about to say, are you picky on your body washes? Like it needs to have essential oils in it, or it can't have this because it fucking irritates my anus or some shit.
I wouldn't say that I'm picky in the fact of that, where it needs to have fair trade ingredients.
Yeah, it needs to be gluten free.
No, I wouldn't say that. I would just say more so that as long as it's just not like super fucking chemicals, man, like all kinds of chemicals and shit.
All those phosphates and prostates and shit.
Phosphates in your prostates, that's for sure.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, again, so I'd rather go the natural remedies, if anything. But like a couple months ago, I was like pretty broke. So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna have to bust out, guess what?
Bar soap.
One of those handy dandy presents you were just talking about. And I had shampoo and conditioner. I've been using it ever since, man. Ever since I got my good one. Yeah. And I'm like, okay, I got the good one now, but I'm gonna finish this one until I need the good one again.
Yeah, I always have to finish the one I'm using before I use another one.
I still haven't finished it. And I'm probably not going to start. Probably not going to use the good one until like fucking 2024.
I was saying until like June of 2024. At that point, you don't shower that much. It's like, no, I just don't use that much soap.
Yeah, really.
A little goes a long way,
bro. Oh my gosh, I know some people. I know somebody that uses an insane amount of shampoo. Oh, an insane.
Do they have a lot of hair? Is that why?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, she has a lot of hair, and I'm like, yo, that's a lot of shampoo. But she knows. Like she already knows. Like she's not like,
oh, okay. So at least they own up to it.
Yeah. She's not like, oh, that's not a lot. Like you're not using any. Like you know what I mean? Like she'll look at me and be like, that's it. Like that's all you're using, type of thing. So it's just funny to me, like that there's people out there that use like hella. Yeah. Like hella.
Dude, I don't use a lot of soap or shampoo. And the crazy part is that one time Janet told me, she's like, God, you use that much? And I was like, holy shit, you use less soap than me?
Oh, shit.
That's crazy. Because usually it's like, fuck, the women just squeeze out the whole fucking bottle, you know?
Dude, it's ridiculous.
Well, yeah, I'm surprised she uses less than me, which, hey, I'm cool with that. It saves us money.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude. When you got to save money, you got to save money.
Hell yeah.
Like, so yeah, the body sets, yeah, definitely good presents, honestly.
And here's my last one for...
Unless you're younger.
Yeah.
When you're younger, maybe not.
You don't want that.
Yeah.
No, you either want gift cards or you want like fucking toys or you want something.
But now that you're like an adult, you want to save money. So you're like, fuck yeah, dude, hook it up.
I never understood why when I was like 14 years old, people were giving me body wash sets or whatever. And I was just like, what the fuck, dude? More soap? I don't want this shit.
Yeah, I know, right?
But now that I'm their age when they were giving me this shit, I'm like, people need that shit.
Fuck yeah, dude. Because you didn't need that back in the day because you didn't buy it. It was all your parents that bought it.
Exactly. Like, or it's
my parents buy me this
shit.
It's
like, oh, what are you trying to say? That I stink? You know, it's like, that's all it was.
Oh my God. And we have to talk about that too. Every time you get a body wash set, there's always somebody that makes that joke. You know what they're trying to tell you, right?
Yes.
You know what they're trying to tell you, right?
Or the person getting it, they're like, so what are you trying to say?
Yeah, exactly.
What are you trying to say?
Too. Every fucking time, bro.
That's a joke that don't go away.
Oh, man.
But on to my last one. Gifts that never disappoint. Socks.
Really?
Socks. You know how much women love fuzzy socks?
Oh, yeah, dude. You're right. Absolutely. Yeah.
Women love the shit out of fuzzy socks.
But it can't be the only present.
No. But I'm saying, like, this is a present that if, say for whatever reason, you go to a family's house and... oh, shit, I forgot to get something for my cousin. My girl cousin.
Yeah.
Well.
My cousin.
Yeah. It's like, well, you know what works? A big box of chocolate and a good pair of fuzzy socks.
Yeah.
That'll never disappoint.
Honestly, that's true. Because it's like, the expectations are actually really low already. Because it's like, what do you, like, unless you're like really, really cool with your cousin and you're like, they're expecting something kind of sentimental or really, really good. But if it's just like an off cousin you kind of see sometimes or whatever it is, maybe once a year or whatever it may be, bro, there's no expectation of even getting a present.
No.
And you get some, even if I were to just get fucking socks and hot chocolate, hey, I'd be fucking happy.
That's what I'm saying.
I'd be real fucking happy.
Socks for the win.
Yeah.
And you know what? This even goes for men too. Man, because how many of us...
we don't know what we did.
I never know what the fuck I did. But how many times... do we put on a pair of socks and just say, oh, fuck, there's a hole in here. But then we continue to wear the socks.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then we don't throw them away.
Well, I you know what? I'll take that back. I did that for a very, very long time up until like 3 or 4 years ago. If I have a hole in my sock, I usually throw it away.
Really?
Yes.
I have a pair of Adidas socks that where both socks have holes like on the ball of my foot.
Oh.
And haven't thrown those motherfuckers away yet.
That might be I'll be completely honest with you. That might be the oldest old guy thing that you do.
Really?
Yeah, I think that's kind of like an old school thing, like an old.
Well, I'll tell you
guy
what,
thing.
it doesn't beat because I don't have holes in my chonies.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah.
true.
So I'm not that old yet.
True. I that's definitely true. I mean, like, anytime I have like holes in my chonies, yeah, toss it out. Unless it's like in the Goochel area, then I'll like maybe ride with a small hole for a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But if it's a fucking crater, then you gotta get rid of
you
that
gotta
thing.
get rid of that because if you're just pulling down your pants and you're leaving your boxers on, you can still take a shit.
Yeah,
you might need to get rid of those.
Yeah, if your balls are out of your boxers, you need to do something. But you know that I think of too, because it's like during the summertime. How many times have like you gone
Summertime loving
in the summertime?
loving.
How many times have you gone to take a shit? You pull your pants down and you look at your fucking your goochel area on your chonies, and it's like all sweat and shit, whatever.
Marks, bro, from
Now
just really getting in there.
Yeah.
you
Now
know?
imagine if there was a hole in there. All that gooch drip is just gonna ooze right onto your jeans or your shorts.
Exactly.
So that's why you need to get rid of those holy chonies.
You need to get rid of those holy chonies, and they weren't blessed.
No,
I mean they were kind of blessed by your own
unholy.
gooch. Yeah. Fucking midget.
Fucking dwarf. Oh, dude, there was a fucking midget at work today.
Really?
Yeah, one of them came in, and I was just like, "Oh shit, a midget!" And so then I went to the back room, and I just happened to see like all the dudes were talking there. And they're in a circle talking. I was like, hey, so there's a midget in the store. And the produce guy's like, no fucking way. Really?
What?
Dude got so excited. He's like, no fucking way. Where? And I was like, over in produce. He's like, no way. I got to go see. He went to go look. He came back like a minute later, just dying laughing. He's like, yo, I saw her. I fucking had to come back because I was dying so hard.
No way.
Yeah.
Oh,
and then he told me that he has an
man.
aunt that's a midget.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And he's
a
like,
want?
a want? And he's like, dude, we have no idea why she's a midget. She's the only midget in our family.
Really?
And I was like, yeah, that's how it usually fucking works. Unless you have a whole fucking house of midgets.
I guess so.
But yeah. And so I told him the line. I was like, fucking dwarf. He was like, what the fuck?
So that reminds me of a thing from The Office. You've seen The Office, right? So there's Michael Scott, and Michael Scott's the boss, and they're at this, I forget where they were at. They were at some place, and he was hitting on a girl, and he was talking to her, and they're having a really good time. And so the nerdy guy, Dwight, for those of you who don't know The Office, this nerdy guy, Dwight, he comes up, and he goes, Michael. And he's like, what, Dwight? And he's like, I have something better. And he's like, what? He's all, twins. And he looks at the girl, and he goes, excuse me, I'm so sorry, but I'm going to have to leave. Like, twins. Like, and she's like, what the fuck? Like, and they're going over there to go see the twins. And they cut over to where they're at, and Dwight, the nerdy guy, he's all sitting there, and he's like this, yep, look at him. And then it pans over, and it's two fat guys that are both twins. They weren't midgets, though. I don't know why I thought about that, but I just thought it was funny.
Those are like rare Pokemon. Midgets, twins, amputees.
Holographic amputees. Holographic midgets, like
first edition midget, first edition twins. Dude, that's a fucking t-shirt right there, dude. That's a sticker.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Holographic amputee. Oh my god.
Oh, dude, imagine having a Lieutenant Dan card, like a trading card that was holographic. That would be fucking awesome.
Dude, okay, speaking of trading cards, you know how everybody's like, oh, Pokemon cards, Digimon cards, whatever the fuck, baseball cards. I was watching The Simpsons, and they're at some like festival carnival thing, and Flanders is selling biblical trading cards.
Really?
And so then the Bart, Milhouse, and Nelson, they go and they look at the cards, and they're all like, oh no way, a Methuselah rookie card. Because for those that don't know, Methuselah lived for like a jillion years.
Oh, that's awesome.
So it's like his fucking his rookie card. And then there was somebody else, and they're like 26 conversions. I was like, dude, a biblical trading card set would be fucking cool.
That would be fucking cool,
Yeah.
man. Oh, dude, who would you want?
Give me King Solomon, richest dude ever.
King Solomon tray. Well, then it would be like a gold. It would legitimately be like a gold card then.
Yeah, front and back would have to be holographic.
Yeah, holographic gold.
Yeah.
That'd be awesome right there.
What about you? Jesus, all bloody.
No. Damn, that's deep right there.
Just a bloody ass card.
No, I would probably say Enoch. Enoch would definitely be. So
that's the dude that saw the angel, right?
Angel? Maybe. Enoch was the only one, the only person to walk the earth with God.
Okay, that's right. That's right.
Yeah, he lived till he was like fucking 960 something or something like that.
That's
apparently.
the weird part about the Bible is like they even said like Moses lived for like 1,000 years or some shit like that.
He lived a long time.
But now why is it that they live that long? Is it is like the fucking math wrong, or is it like
no
their years were wrong, or are they legitimately living these years?
I want to say so. There might be a couple things, but I feel like there's a lot that goes into what it could be. I really don't know. I never really thought about it, but I wanted to say this real quick about it because that's something that I've kind of thought about. So you see these guys nowadays that they fucking playing football and shit, and they're always tearing their ACLs.
Yeah.
Like literally everybody tears their fucking ACL.
It's always the ACL.
It's always the fucking ACL. And the thing is that I think it's because these athletes, these people we're not meant to like turn and twist the way we do with the weight that they do. You know what I mean? Because like you don't just see like fucking Barbara down the street, watering her grass, take one fucking step to the left. My ACL is broken. Like, you know what I mean? Like, how many people do you know that's torn an ACL?
Exactly.
You don't really know anybody unless they play sports. And so I always think about. So I'm gonna get biblical here because it's just crazy to think about. So pre-flood, the reason why the earth got flooded in the first place, for those that believe, well, that never happened. Whatever, I don't care. So pre-flood, you had all these crazy. The reason why it got flooded was because the angels, the angels came down, and they were the fallen angels. They came down and mated with all the women and created these like hybrid human beings. Okay, so these hybrid human beings, including someone like Goliath, who wasn't 8 foot, he was like 80 fucking feet. Okay, he was a tall ass motherfucker. And then so God's like looking down at all this shit, like, okay, none of this shit was supposed to happen. Like, there's an 80-foot fucking giant fucking running around, running roughshod on the entire fucking earth, just destroying dinosaurs and stuff like that, and people just squishing them and probably raping them too. But he floods the earth, and everybody gets redid and all that stuff. I was thinking about it, and I'm like, maybe he gave people ACLs so they could never grow that big again. Because you ever think about how could somebody that's 80 feet tall and we'll just say this, if you're 8 foot, you're probably like 300 pounds.
At least.
At least.
Yeah.
So then you add another 0 to that, and you're 80 feet, 3,000 pounds. How is your ACL, the little thing between your knee, gonna not go out?
Exactly.
So I was like, damn, that's some crazy shit, some deep shit, some stuff you think
crazy,
about when you're
like,
high as fuck.
Yeah.
I've never
It's crazy that you mentioned that, like Goliath and all shit like that. You hear stories about that's very similar. So like Greek mythology, you hear about Zeus coming down and mating with somebody.
Sure.
And then he has Hercules.
Yeah.
Half god, half human. And they have some sort of like basically superpower.
Yeah.
Hercules, super strength.
Right.
Apollo, he's like fucking super fast or whatever the fuck. It's like, there must be something to this, because if all these different regions have their own stories, but they all intersect somehow, there's got to be something that's connecting all these. Or like how you see like the image of like a humanoid bird-looking person, and their hand is doing some sort of like sign.
The Maharaja sign.
But then in their hand, they have like what looks like a small suitcase.
Suitcase?
And in all of these...
Did he say, pass this to Kevin?
Yeah, for real. But in all these regions, they have that drawing or sculpture or hieroglyph or something like that. And It's in Egypt. It's in Mexico. It's in India.
So you're referring to Pegasus? Is that what it is?
No, Pegasus was a horse.
Oh, that's right. That's
this
right.
this is a like a falcon head.
Oh,
They have They have like 4 wings, but then
Damn.
they have a human body.
Jeez.
So that's why it's so weird that all of these places, different parts of the world, different continents,
Right.
have this same depiction.
Well, I mean, let's be completely honest. If there was a fucking half falcon fucking motherfucker running around, he'd probably flying everywhere around, everywhere that across the entire fucking earth. Of course, everyone's gonna see that motherfucker.
What if that person is like a Goliath, like a Hercules,
more than likely.
like an Apollo?
Well, and it always brings me back to the Goliath, David versus Goliath. Everyone thinks like, oh yeah, it was like David was like a 4'5" fucking midget going up against an 8-foot giant. Like no. Like David was like 5'5", like probably around our height.
I mean, they weren't that tall back then.
They really weren't. And on top of that, then you got Goliath, who was like actually 80 feet. And it just goes on from there. And people are probably like, well, how does it do this? And how does it blah, blah, blah. It doesn't
have no idea.
We have no idea. But I don't know how the fuck we got here.
The Methuselah rookie card.
That's right, the Methuselah. So yeah, the Enoch rookie card.
Yeah, okay.
No, sorry. It would have to be like the final edition or something like that in his final year 966.
It's like a tag team card with him and God.
And he has like the longest beard. He's just like, it's like right behind him and it's just dragging on the ground.
You see it just like way back in the picture.
For miles it goes.
Yeah. And then there's like another card that's like a magic card or trap card kind of thing. Where
dude.
like, and it's just like, it's called like the end of Methuselah's beard or some shit like that.
Oh shit, I don't know how we got onto that. It's
I don't
funny.
know.
That's awesome.
And now, the imbecilic post of the week.
It was a cold winter night of April 4th, 2019, and I write on my social media, you know what takes a star to fucking shine? A shitload of darkness. I guess you could say, you are who you say you are.
A superstar, then have no fear. The camera's here and the microphones.
And that was your imbecilic post of the week.
Hey, so you ever think about like TV characters in shows that are super innocent? So, like for example, Janet and I were watching the movie Elf,
Okay.
and Buddy the Elf is like the most innocent fucking character ever. You know, he's basically like a kid, but he's grown up,
Sure.
and you don't think he knows anything about being bad, like drinking or smoking or, you know, bad habits like that. You know,
Yeah.
bad habits of the world.
Oh no, I'm got a
Um,
bad habit.
How is it that he meets up with the girl and then they have a kid if he doesn't know about sex?
Oh yeah.
Don't you think it's weird that an innocent dude like that is fucking? All of a sudden, this girl corrupts his ass, and now they're fucking, and now they have a kid. Because at the very end of the movie, they go visit, you know, his stepdad, the elf dad,
Sure.
and he's like, oh, you know, here you go, Papa, you know, and he's holding his baby.
Holding his dick.
You're like, what the fuck? I thought this fucking dude is super innocent, and now all of a sudden he's, you know, fucked, and he's got a kid.
Fucked.
It's fucking weird
That is weird.
when you think of innocent characters like that.
Hmm.
And I have another example.
Okay.
For those of you who have ever watched Dragon Ball,
Z.
no, not Z, just regular Dragon Ball.
Oh, just regular.
because that starts off with Goku as a kid.
Ah.
So he meets Bulma. He's super innocent. He's never seen a girl before.
Okay.
He's just like, oh, you know, like you look weird for, you know, a human or whatever. And meanwhile, Goku's got a fucking monkey tail. So then she's like, oh, you look weird. Bulma says that.
Yeah.
So then they go through all their adventure or whatever. And you notice that he's the most innocent fucking kid ever. Like
Sure.
he has, you know, he never does anything out of maliciousness. He's just naive to all this stuff.
Yeah.
So then he eventually meets his wife, and then she falls in love with him. Whatever, her name's Chi-Chi, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, so he ends up meeting Chi-Chi, and then all of a sudden, like down the road, they get married, and it's like, okay, I can understand that.
Sure.
But then when the Dragon Ball Z starts, he starts off with, "Oh, hey, here's my son Gohan." How does this innocent fucking guy
What the
fuck all of a sudden and have a kid? It just blows my mind. I don't know. I might be the only one, but I think it's weird when these innocent super characters have kids.
I can't. I'll be honest. I can't really think of any characters, for that matter, that are like super like innocent and that just do like random shit like that off the top of my head. There's a character that literally just stole everybody's sympathy at that time when it first came out. Grandpa fucking Joe.
Oh, this fucking guy.
Everybody had sympathy for that guy up until like 10 years ago. And then we finally realized he's a fucking bum.
The biggest troll of all time. Oh, I'm going to lay in bed for 40 years. I can't work. My family is starving. We live in a one-room shack. My grandson has to deliver newspapers or whatever the fuck he was doing. He has a job, but I
Eating
don't.
cabbage every night.
Yeah.
And sometimes getting a loaf of bread.
And when they have a loaf of bread, it's the biggest fucking deal ever.
Yeah. It's like their Thanksgiving.
Yeah. But then all of a sudden, oh, my grandson won a contest to go into a chocolate factory. I'm going to get out of bed, start dancing and singing and say, let's go, because this kid has a chance to be rich.
Well, like, think about it. Think about that. Like, you really have this dude that's been in there for 40 fucking years, hasn't walked, and he's the one that gets to go? Why?
What if he wanted his mom to go?
Why not the mom? The mom is like hard at work. Like, she has to actually wash clothes. Like, you don't just throw them in the fucking washer and it just spins a couple times and you fucking throw it in the dryer. No, she's like wringing the shit out of these things with that old school, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
And like, yeah, dude, it's like she's going in. How come she doesn't get to go?
Well, somebody's got to pay the goddamn bills.
I guess so. Yeah, that makes sense. Like, she couldn't miss a day of work. She doesn't have a weekend. You don't think so?
Not if they're that poor.
Yeah, I guess that's if they're that poor.
Hey,
you work 7 fucking days
I don't know
a
if you
week.
know anything about that movie, but so
Has the best fucking soundtrack ever? Yes. Oh,
it's supposed to take place in like the United States, like Charlie's, like where he lives is supposed to be United
sure.
States. But I don't know if you ever noticed that, like, it looks fucking weird. Like, it looks like some random ass European
Oh
village
yeah.
or whatever.
It's like England.
Well, it's because it is some random ass European village. It's
Really?
Like, it was like filmed in like Holland because like the cost was like, I bet super
it
low.
was. That's
and then,
funny.
And then
I
they
never-
they happen to have like an abandoned big ass like factory building too. So like that's what they use for the exterior,
no way.
shot of it, whatever.
If you want to view paradise. Ah, dude, that's a good fucking soundtrack.
Yeah, dude. Like, it's such a good movie. Like, that's a movie that I can watch at any part that it's at, and I'll watch the entire thing from there on.
Without a fucking doubt.
Like if they're already in the factory and like 2 kids are already dead, I'll still watch the rest of it.
2 kids are dead. Well, that's funny. That's another part about the movie. All these fucking people are dying and nobody fucking cares.
Yeah.
Like, what happens after? Like, do they go missing? Like, so basically this is the premise. Willy Wonka has a chocolate factory and he's like, you know what? I'm tired of this shit. I want to give it to a kid. So it already sounds like a pedophile. He takes these kids in. These kids start dying.
Yeah.
And then he's like, you know what? I'm going to get off scot-free. Here you go, kid. Here's the keys to my castle. I'm out. Yeah. And he dips the fuck out. What happens after that? Yeah. Like, as soon as he leaves in his fucking diagonal fucking elevator, then all of a sudden he leaves, right? And you see him like, so this would be the after part. After the ending, it's him just leaving. And like, he starts getting like smaller and smaller as he's like floating away, right? But then all of a sudden you see something start getting bigger and bigger, and it's like helicopters, police helicopters coming to take over the place, and they're looking for people.
You're surrounded, Wonka.
Come on out.
Hey, but there was a theory that Wonka premeditated like killing these kids.
Really?
Because I don't know if you noticed, but was it the Wonka mobile, the one that takes them through like the Wonka wash? You know, like
Okay,
it goes to that little
yeah.
car wash. It only has like room for 4 people.
Sure.
You know, Wonka's in the front, but then it only has room for 4 people.
Uh-huh.
And then when they go to the TV thing, like, you know, where Mike TV gets turned into the Wonka Vision. That's what it's called. There's only 4 suits. You know, there's only enough for Charlie, Grandpa, and then Mike TV and his mom. So yeah. So there's proof that like he premeditated this shit. 'Cause like the boat only had enough for everybody minus Augustus and his mom. And then I think it's the car has enough room for everybody minus Augustus, his mom, Violet, and her dad. And then from there, it's only the suits, whatever. Because then, you know, from there they go see the golden geese or whatever like that. And shit.
Golden geese.
So I mean, like,
that's awesome, dude.
Dude was a killer.
That's awesome stuff.
What if he had like hella crimes and he just needed to pawn it off on somebody?
Well, yeah, that's exactly what he did. He goes his dumbass fucking diagonal elevators off in the distance, and all of a sudden you see these coming back are these fucking helicopters just looking for him. And you know what's funny though? Okay, maybe it doesn't all end up that well for Charlie. Okay, maybe it's not all that well. You know what I mean? Maybe he does get to keep it. He's just a kid. You know, they're not going to take him to jail or nothing. You know who gets the brunt of it? Not Wonka. Not the kid. Grandpa fucking Joe.
He gets his just desserts.
He gets his just desserts. Grandpa Joe is going down.
Going to jail. That's where he's going. Fucking Grandpa Joe.
I just started choking, but it's like
Grandpa
that.
Joe's going to be choking in jail.
I know.
All right.
Dude, that's too funny.
So
Tangents.
I want to go off that tangent
Okay.
onto this tangent.
Let's do it.
Here's another edition of Grinds My Gears.
Ooh.
So this one has to do with Target, the store. Why? You notice that Target is trying to be the super inclusive store.
Sure.
You ever notice that?
Yeah.
They don't have any white people in the posters anymore around the store.
Sure.
Like in the clothing section, the cosmetics, you know, like toys, you know, they don't have any white people in those posters anymore. It's all blacks, Asians, or some other kind of brown people, right? But if they really wanted to be all inclusive, give me a big fat Samoan bitch on a poster. I want to see Kamana Wanalea on that poster, gap teeth, big fat bitch fucking with her hair put back in braids.
That's true.
Give me that on a poster.
Give me Queen Latifah. Oh.
Give me no, fuck Queen Latifah. She's had her time.
Yeah, that's true.
But all they have, okay, they have thick girls.
Yep.
Where it's like, oh, they have like a little bit of big thighs, or you know, like, oh, they might be a little chubby. Because they have those fat mannequins at the store too.
Fatikins?
Those fatikins, yeah. But yeah, give me something like that. Let me see an ugly looking Mexican chick on there. Like they only have, you know, like beautiful, pretty fucking people on the posters. I want to see a beat up Fresno looking Hmong. Give me a Hmong girl on the poster. Let me see her fucking hair pulled all the way back with that big fucking forehead that they got. And let me see them dressed up in their fucking Hmong gear or some shit like that. If they really want to be inclusive, they need to do shit like that. Don't just give me, oh, let me see the pretty black girl. Let me see the pretty Asian girl. Hell no. You want to be all inclusive? Give me the fat bitches. And give me some ugly looking, nerd looking guys on your posters, not some GQ looking fuck.
Wow.
And that's what grinds my gears.
You know what's funny is that is so fucking true when you think about it, because everybody, I mean, because like they always say like all inclusive, you know, we want to be more gender appropriate or whatever the fuck it is. We want to have all these different minorities. We want to have all these different people. But what you're telling me is that they all still have to come up to the model standard, regardless of if you're fat as fuck or not.
Yeah, and you know what? They have trannies on there too, on their posters or whatever. But you can't have, you know, just like a regular looking, you know, fat white lady on there. No, I'm serious. You can't have white people on posters anymore because that's
Yeah.
considered racist.
That's true. That's true.
But aren't you being racist by not including these white people?
Right, absolutely. But that, not only that, but like, then you're saying that people who are ugly aren't good enough to be on posters.
Exactly.
Either. Because let's be honest, okay? For those of you,
Let's be honest, they're not. No.
shit, I almost choked. Here's the thing: for those of you who don't know, all of
Now
these,
you know.
all of these photo shoots, once they're done, they literally get photoshopped.
Mhm.
They go in and they take off wrinkles. They take off any blemishes on their face. They don't leave that shit on there. And they go and they airbrush it and make sure that it looks nice and crispy and
Yeah.
clean. At what fucking point does any of that make it all inclusive?
Yeah.
Because I know women, okay, that have certain, and not anybody that I know, okay, but I've seen women that have certain blemishes and certain marks that like kind of make them look really good.
Yeah, it works for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And then there's some that, well, yeah, it doesn't really work at all.
Yeah, just makes you go, yee. No, but see, here's the thing. You know how this has become more and more popular because there's an actress that's like this, where like they have like those splatches of like albino skin on them.
Okay.
Or
Yeah,
like they could be like a dark brown person, but on their face they have like patches. You know, kind of like
Oh, Houlihan?
this is kind of fucked up. Like, you know how like cows have like those spots? Like it's a
Yeah,
brown cow,
yeah,
but then
yeah.
there's white spots. Well, it's like that.
Okay, I know what you're talking about.
And so then like I saw this dude today at work, and his shit was all over his arms. Like
Sure.
it just looks like somebody just bleached the fuck out of him.
Yeah, yeah.
And so there's an actress like that, and she like made it, you know, pretty, I guess, acceptable for people that have that condition too.
Gotcha.
So there's people like that on the Target posters, but I can't have like some wrinkly fucking black girl on there.
Nope.
You know, I can't have like this Indian bitch with a big fucking mole on her nose.
Nope, can't have that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Or like, okay, there's this girl I know, and I've known her for a long time. And the first time I met her was in 7th grade.
Okay.
And I had talked to her before that on like MySpace or some shit. When I finally got to meet her in person, she was wearing a tank top, and when I hugged her, you know, I grabbed her arm,
Huh?
and it felt like rough as fuck.
Oh.
So she's got some skin condition where like her pores are like kind of like bigger, I guess. I don't know. And so like she doesn't get hairs that grow out of them, but like the pores are raised, almost like she has goosebumps all the time.
Oh.
And so I remember just being like, oh, what the fuck? That's kind of like she's got like rough skin. But it looks really fucking good on her.
Really?
Yeah, like it adds character. So why can't I have somebody with her fucking skin condition on a poster
That's true.
instead of editing it out, making it look like she's got silky smooth fucking skin?
Exactly.
I just don't get it.
Because
We want to be inclusive, but
No.
not if you have any blemishes.
Exactly. And that doesn't make any fucking sense to me. Because then someone's going to tell me, like, if they hear this and they don't agree with it, they're going to say, well, you're just trying to break down our efforts to make it all inclusive, or, you know, stuff like that. It's not about trying to break down efforts. It's about, let's be fucking honest. You're just in it to make fucking money. You don't fucking care about these people. You don't give a damn about people with that are different. You know what I mean? You don't let's be honest. Like, you don't fucking care. You just want to look good. You just want to look, oh, I am all inclusive. Oh, I do have pronouns, or I do have this. You just want to look that way. It's called virtue signaling, like literally. People literally fucking do this shit and think like, and they literally go to sleep like, I'm doing something really good.
Yeah.
Like, you go to sleep and you're just fucking dumb as shit.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. Like,
I mean, you know,
but
the crazy
to be
part is
completely
like they're doing more effort by doing that to try to be inclusive than just being like, yo, just stop seeing fucking what color they are. Stop
Yeah.
seeing what like they fucking have on their skin, dude. It's just
Exactly.
like, accept them as a person. Talk to them as a person, not a gender, not an ethnicity, not a mole. Talk to them like a person, man.
I agree, and we've actually, like, it's so funny because everybody says it's like progression, but I don't see any progress there. Like,
No.
it seems like more divide than anything. You know what I mean? And here's the thing, like, I'm not gonna say this for everybody. I mean, you might have pronouns and you might even agree with me. I don't know. I really don't fucking know. I'm not gonna sit here and say if you have pronouns, like, we don't fucking like you. It's just more of like,
If it's more of saying, for me, if you have pronouns, I don't give a fuck.
I'm just more so saying, like, have an adult conversation with yourself about what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like, and it's like, oh, you can joke on, like, it's more like this. We can sit here and make racist jokes toward white people and nobody fucking cares. But the minute you go to a black person, well, this would be like 4 years ago, if you did a black joke, like, you couldn't do it. Now you can. They don't care about black people anymore, obviously.
Yeah.
As you see, like, Kyrie and Kanye getting fucked.
Oh, boy.
And I don't fucking care what they said. Let's be honest. I'm not agreeing with them. I'm just saying Black lives mattered up until now, until Jewish lives mattered. But anyways, again, it goes down to the same thing. At the end of the day, it's all just people just wanting to feel good about themselves.
Yeah.
And that's the way they do it. They say they're all love up until they start to hate.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
For
listen,
real.
I'm gonna make fun of everybody regardless of your fucking skin color, and I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
You can say that I'm racist, that's fine. But everybody's included in this fucking roast.
Mhm.
And if you don't like it, well, you can go to hell. I don't give a damn.
Yeah. And you know what's funny is, like, for as much shit as we give everybody, like the jokes that we tell and like the shit that we say here on the show or whatever, for us to be the ones that are like the most like tolerant fucking people,
Aw,
like,
dude.
you know, talk to them as a regular person and all that shit. Like I said earlier, like, you know, we don't need to see the colors and we don't need to see all that shit. It's
You
just,
really don't.
yo, you're a person. But if you say
Well, not
something,
all of them are people.
Yeah.
Some of them are furries. Some
they
of
might
them
be
are
a werewolf.
Dude, they might be a dog.
Yeah.
You might be talking to a fish right now. I could be a fish if I wanted to, Jack.
But yeah, for us to be saying that, it's like, Jesus, that's how, I was to say how far we've come, but it's like, that's how far we've dropped in society. You know what I mean?
And honestly, people are not gonna like. I would say most of our listeners would probably agree with us.
Mhm. Yeah.
But there's gonna be like, at some point, somebody's gonna like probably pull this up and probably say some shit. But at the same time, just be honest with yourself. You know what I mean? I don't look at anybody else like, oh, you got pronouns, so that means I'm not ever gonna fucking talk to you.
Yeah.
Like, if you were to come up to me as I don't know anything about you, I'm gonna treat you with respect.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? As long
Unless
as
you say something stupid and
you say something
get out of,
dumb.
and if you get out of line, that's it. You had your chance.
And that's everybody.
Yeah.
This beatdown is all inclusive.
That's right. Yeah, and you know what? My grandpa used to say a long time ago. He's like, I'm not racist, or I don't hate anybody. Or sorry, I'm not racist. I just hate everybody.
Yeah.
And you know what, dude? I've taken that ever since I heard that when I was like 7 years old.
Because it's true, man.
Yeah.
It's true. And then it's like, oh, well, you just hate people. Who fucking cares?
Yeah. It's like, well, how about I hate everybody until they give me a reason to like them?
Exactly.
You know?
And you know what? If you don't like that, then that's fine.
Yeah.
But I feel like people that see, because there's people that like will look at some people like us. We don't have pronouns, or we're not gender appropriate. They're going to look at us differently.
Yeah.
And it's like, to me, that's just narrow-mindedness.
Mm.
At that point, then you're just calling us bigots. You're calling people like us bigots.
Yeah.
And
The
you're
more,
saying
the
that we're
more like,
narrow-minded.
the more
That's-
broad that these people try to see, the more narrow they get.
Absolutely, man. Well, it's just like smartphones. It just dumb people up.
For real.
And that's what the fuck is that? And that's what really grinds my gears.
Yeah. So that was our edition of Grinds My Gears. Well, I think we can wrap it up here. We're not going to beat that. So, Chris, where can I find you on the social stuff?
Well, first and foremost, I want to thank the Most High for allowing me to do this. Secondly, if you want to go ahead and find me, all you have to do is go to Instagram.com, look me up, the_Herbalutioner, HERBA-lutioner. From there, you can click my link tree where you can see all of my links, including my favorite Bible verse. And if you really, really want to, for those of you who don't know, I've lost over 50 pounds. I feel absolutely amazing. I want to help other people feel really good. And if you want to, you can fill out a wellness profile, shoot me a message, and we can talk. Lose weight, gain weight, or just feel better about yourself, whatever it may be. I'm always open to talk if you ever want to. And I just want to thank everybody for listening. Don't forget, if you can't listen all the way through, or it takes you a little bit to listen, all I got to say is just share it. Share with other people. We appreciate each and every one of you for listening. Whether you hate us or you like us, it doesn't matter. Rate, hate, masturbate. That's all I got to say. What about you, Jack? Where can they find you?
Well, you can find me on Instagram at BSALSANCHEZ. From there, I have a link tree too, where you can go to all of my other social places, and also my TeePublic store, where I have all my stickers and designs and dumb shit like that. Don't forget to follow the show at It's the Good Times Podcast on Instagram, that's where you can share all of the show clips and stuff like that. So, So for Chris, I'm Sal, and we're out of time. We'll find you on another episode next week of Good Times.
Music in tonight. Turn on the music.